Cute, sexy, and fun. You're watching CSF Nation's own WMK TV, Channel 90.
Okay. There we go. There we go. All right. Thank you guys so much. Thank y'all so much for being here. We are live. Good morning, CSF Nation. I'm Makini 90, art Sherman and illustrator, and welcome you to the Wednesday edition of Makini in the morning. And yes, today is the last day for me, and I have a nice, long, 4-day weekend ahead, so let's give it up for that. Let's give it up for that, okay? Sorry, what's going on? What's going on? There we go. There we go. Clap up for a 4-day weekend. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and share this real quick. Go ahead and just share the screen real quick. I'm not off next Monday, but I'm off tomorrow, Friday, and then the weekend. So I got a nice 4-day weekend ahead of me. I'd love to be off next Monday to make it a 5-day weekend, but give or take. So this is where we are on the redraw on Dreaming Tabitha's Phoenix. I really like how this turned out. I finished the flat. I finally got the flats done. And we're gonna start on the rendering as well. And this is gonna be an interesting. This is gonna be an interesting render as well, because I'm gonna try to do this in Jaws style, and so it's gonna be a fun study, kind of how to get the rendering kind of right and such like that. But this Phoenix is definitely coming together, and here drawing. Is Sean drawing Rachel Zegler Snow White? Are you drawing Rachel Zegler Snow White, Sean? Oh my God. Really? Hold on.
Oh my God!
There we go. Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Power. Anyway, before we get underway with the rendering process, let's just do a quick smack that like button and make it jiggle.
Konnichiwa, CSF Nation. I am Skylar, one of the hosts on Makini Live, along with Rihanna, Kiki, and Saya. Just want to remind you to smack that like button and make a jiggle and that subscribe button to make a jiggle as well if you want to see more content from Makini. We hope you enjoy the show. Arigatou gozaimasu.
All right. Thank you, Skylar, for that. Now, the moment you guys have been waiting for before we get things underway, we gotta do a quick little showcase here. So, as you guys know, I have been to call this an obsession. To call this an obsession with Stellar Blade's photo mode is an understatement, because every night or every morning I have been like, during my playthrough, I have been grabbing so many photos and I have been updating my updating the Stellar Photos section on the Discord. So check out the Discord if you want to see more. And also been updating you guys on the community tab. You guys seem to really like the photo mode stuff, so really cool to see that. And I want to just share what I got from from yesterday. So Sean does not know. Before you go into Altesse Lavoir, before you go to Altesse and Abyss Lavoir, you have to do a mini boss fight with one of the guardians protecting the underground facility. And this is during the first boss fight. It's one of the three sisters that you meet in the world, and they have a really, and I know Sean was bringing up the second photo that I posted on Twitter. I said that this should have been a skin for Eve. This should have been a costume for Eve, because I love this design. Absolutely love it. And I think the cape and everything makes it adds so much more regalness to it as well. It's a very cool design. But this is during a boss fight, and I thought I really wanted to show this. So I thought take some really cool shots of just this character, just because it's a really cool shot, especially done at shots here. Then we get into Altesse Lavoir, which is a secret underground facility where you come to discover where the Naytibas kind of come from. Oh, come on now. Come on now, because have you seen Mortal Kombat 1? This looks better. She could make a good katana. She made like a cyberpunk like katana skin for Mortal Kombat though. Or Melina. But of course, this is one of the new 4-second outfit. You get this from doing one of the photo mode challenges. I thought I'd take this where she's entering the elevator. But this is where you get to some real sci-fi stuff with A2. Of course, I put the A2 skin on, but entering these because this shot of all these like different capsules in this giant room with all these capsules. I thought this would be a great shot to throw at right there. And then I did another one where you can see a little bit further from here. I like I said, I have so much fun doing these photo mode shots because it was just absolute blast. I've never had so much fun doing it in a photo mode before. So, and I did a really good close up of Eve, and of course one of the more famous poses, I did a close up shot with this one because I think she has a really good smile, especially in the A2 outfit. And I do like to do a field of view, depth of field, so that's why I like to blur out the or focus. Yeah, I'll focus on Eve a bit more. It's fun. The focus settings are pretty good too. The focus settings are pretty good too. Especially you can set your distance as well. So I always try to get the proper distance and set the aperture as well. So really good. I try to be like professional with photography. This is another part where you have to match the pattern, which is of course the PlayStation buttons. You have to match it in an exact pattern, or else you'll fall off automatically. And I thought this would be cool to kind of do an upshot from here, and you can see kind of like the endless abyss from there. But this is a really cool area in Abyss of Var too. I probably should have done it. I probably could have done one with all of the buttons, like all the buttons lit up. Wait, but it's really cool. Let me see this puzzle here. This one, I went back and I switched over to one of the, I think it's the seventh, or I think it's the third or seventh the seventh Airborne Squadron suits. And this is the alternate color in blue. But some of the thing about Eve's outfits is that because she's an android, a lot of her suits have this body frame that a lot of her suits have this really cool, like saying you see this is her body frame and such like that. And I thought this was a cool pattern to see. So she's kneeling down and you can see her stepping on the axe like there. I thought that'd be like a cool little shot here. And then I turned the lights off. On this one to show off more of the suit, more of the kind of this particular suit. And yes, I did adjust the lighting to paint it that way, just because I like that, just because I think it's a little artsy, because you can see it light up a bit more. I think this is one of my favorite shots too. To be honest, I think it's one of my favorite shots too, and I love that it have the Airborne Squadron logo. But I like the lighting. I really do like playing with lighting when it comes to this too. Speaking of lighting, this is her opening a door, basically, in the same suit. So you have that huge green light right in front of her, so you can see how to activate it. I like that I thought that was a cool little like side view shot here. This was in the Neuralink suit, where you're stuck in a room where you have to shoot all these enemies while the walls are closing in. I thought I grabbed this shot here. This one goes into like, there's a setting called horror. There's like a horror setting as well. And I was adjusting a bit of the lighting to give off some like Resident Evil. I like to give off like some Resident Evil, like almost like John Carpenter's The Thing vibes. But I thought that would be a cool shot, especially with the four humans for life written in blood on the side of that wall. It's like a horror setting. No stunning. It's like a horror setting. So I adjusted the lighting and such like that. I thought this would be a really cool shot to do, especially when you have the contamination, like the horror contamination, like all this contamination building up as you get further and further into Altesse Lavar. Further into the facility, you can see the contamination spreading more and more. And I thought this would be a really cool shot. So and this one I thought this was really cool because I figured out you have to go somewhere where it's dark enough to where you can completely dim the lights to be able to set up your lighting shot. This is one thing I really like about this. One thing I love about this photo mode is that you can now adjust lights. You can actually set up lights around Eve or around your object. You can set up to 3 lights and adjust the distance of the lighting and such like that. And I had to do it. I do have to go to like the darkest areas where I could be able to completely dim the background, where the background is completely black out, and be able to set up my light points. And I thought this was a cool shot to show of kind of the backside of the Neuralink suit, where you can see everything that's glowing up. Because you can see the Yes to Blade Ash shot and stuff like that. But I thought the lighting was a little bit of a touch too. There's that. And then this is the last campsite. This is the last campsite before the boss battle, which is up that ladder. And I thought that'd be a cool shot because behind her where she's sitting, there's a huge bunch of like these red capsules there's like these red capsules here. So it's like I said, it's very very Resident Evil, like very almost say there was almost an alien vibe going on here too. But Resident Evil, like the thing, like you could just probably think of any kind of like horror film, just kind of like sci-fi horror film, just like that. But they really do a good job, and this is actually in a horror setting. The colors, they actually adjust the colors to make it feel like a horror film. So I like that though. Thought that was a cool shot. And then I thought to do something real cute. This is in the hyper chamber. This is in the hyper chamber where you bring in the hyper drives and such like that. I thought I'd just do this little cool, cute shot. And this is even this is actually an alternate color of her 7th Airborne Squadron suit, especially in red. And I had to cut the ponytail off of red. And then the first week, okay. I didn't have to do anything here because Adam and Lily were standing right there. If you turn on selfie mode, Adam and Lily automatically pose for the selfie as well. So I thought that was really cool. Selfie, guys, I love that. I love that. Of course, I love like last but not least, this one here. This is in. I posted this to the community tab, and I posted this to the Twitter. And I called it photogenic smile because I think Eve has a very, very pretty smile. And this is in the photogenic suit, one of my favorite suits in the game too. So I thought that was a nice little touch. But so yeah, I'm like I said, all these photos are on the Discord as well, full resolution. So if you guys want to grab them yourself and stuff like that. And the reason I put my name, the reason I put a little watermark down there is just because I'm safe. I use them as wallpaper. This is my desktop wallpaper for these. So let me go ahead and show you here. So if I zoom out, see, so that's my desktop. It's my desktop right here. So that's why I wanted to put it down on there. So, but yeah, I thought you guys would like that. So let me know if you guys still want me to keep doing more of these, because I really have fun putting these photos together, especially if there's certain costumes you guys would like to see and such like that. Once I get all the 2B near stuff, I'll definitely do some more photos with just the near costumes as well. But yeah, absolutely love these out here. Like I said, and like I said, I think Eve has a very pretty smile as well. So it's just very heartwarming too. So it's really kind of cool to share that off. All right, let's get right into it, guys. Let's get right into it because we only have about an hour or so. We only have about an hour or so when we get into this. So let's do this, guys. Good morning to Stunning. Good morning to Riot. Good morning to Sean. Hope you guys have fun. You know what? Let me take a look at the Discord real quick because I do want to see what Sean posted in the digital art chat. Like I said, everything here is in the disc. All my photos are in the Discord. It's under the Stellar Photos section. So definitely that's where I upload. So I'm gonna keep adding to this. So I'm gonna keep adding to this every week. So let me just see what Sean's. Let me just see Sean's. Where's my digital? Okay, here we go. So Sean got the digital art. It is. Okay, I'd rather see this than the Rachel Zegler Snow White. Love it, Sean. Love it. Putting a heart on it. And thank you guys. Glad you guys like the glad you guys like the privity little sketches that I was doing. I posted that up on Twitter as well. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get right into it. And I think at around the, let's say at around the 7:30 mark, we're gonna watch a video. Do you see Jace? He's not streaming. He's not streaming this week. Thanksgiving and all that. So yeah, I already know. But at around the 7:30 mark, we're gonna listen to a video about because I'm hearing all this stuff about the whole situation with the Avowed, and we're gonna watch a video from that in about 30 minutes time, because because that's been all over. Everybody's been talking about what's been going on with Avowed, saying that it might be the next the art director running their mouth and saying that this might be the next Dragon Age. No Dragon Age post. Saying it's the next Dragon Age and such like that. So, yeah, we're gonna look at the whole Avowed situation because I'm very interested in hearing about that. Well, it's from Obsidian. It's Obsidian. It's Fallout New Vegas. It's the New Vegas guys. It's dragon ass. Oh god. Oh god. Come on, guys. Come on. All right. Let's get right into it. So this is going to be a very interesting thing for me because, like I said, we're trying to follow. I'm trying to follow. We're kind of playing with this rendering style of Jacques Gustave's work. I did not open the book yet. I probably need to do a video just going through that entire book. Going through this entire art book just because it's really, really nice. But yeah, we're going to do kind of this. This is kind of the style we're trying to aim for because I thought it'd be fun. And I think after giving it some thought, I think I'm going to be playing more with this style, with this art style in the future, and maybe in the next couple of drawings, I may play more with this art style just because it's really it's gorgeous, absolutely cute, absolutely gorgeous. Of course, Wakfu stuff, but yeah, I was showing this off on Monday, and big fan, and I want to do some more. I think we're gonna do some more later. Maybe I could do some of this for like. Maybe some of this is like really cute enough for me to do the new emojis, the channel emotes, channel member emotes, because I think that would be a lot of fun. So, all right. Yeah, so that's what we're going to try to... Oh, god dang. Wow. Are you serious, Power? That's what Jay said? Holy crap. Wow, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. That is crazy. Yeah. Well, it got snubbed at the game. Well, it got snubbed for Game of the Year. Or, no, it only got innovation and accessibility. So, we're gonna watch. We're gonna watch Smash JT's video. So we'll watch that later. So let's go ahead and get right in. Okay, guys, let's get right into it. Okay.
Very proud to welcome back this video sponsor, Lost in Cult. They got such a massive response from a little while ago that they wanted to do it again with.
All right, let's do this. Sorry about that. Let's chill up. Yes, it's chill up. I watched this week in video game segment, and that's really about it. So, okay, let's get started. Let me go ahead and turn on the. Let me go ahead and turn on the. Oh yes, I am going to record this into a time lapse. And go ahead and get my door clock up as well. So it's 25 minutes. Here we go. And let's begin. All right, let's begin. All right, so. Okay, so we're going to start on the skin tones first. That's going to be like the first thing we're going to hit. And let's start with a. I guess we could use a soft round or I guess a hard round brush for this one, for this first attempt. I did something in the WMP side. Awesome. I will check that out later. Right, Kitty? Thank you guys so much. And thank you guys so much for helping to keep the definitely trying to keep the Discord active, trying to keep the Discord active. I see some, I know it's I poached some people other Discords to join as well. I got someone from Chunky Moon and Chunky Moon, who hangs out on Chunky Moon and Kyle's Discord to join CSF Nation. Discord. I was putting the Discord together, so let's see. So let's see what we can do with this, because this will be very interesting. Doing this here. So I don't know if this will here. 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 My thing is like I'm just kind of like playing with different playing with the settings and such like that. This one, like I said, this is going to be a fun little experiment, and one I'm trying to figure out. Style I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out here, but let's just take it by the ear this time, and I'm referring to the rendering here, for instance, especially when it comes to the shading and such like that. I'm having fun with it. I am really liking this. It's always definitely a tricky thing to kind of get this here. But I like this, and I think I want to try more with this as well. Kind of work with this. This goes along with improving the regular style that I've been working on, but work with this style too, because I think let's set it to 50. Let's set it to 50, and let's see if this will work. Here. Here. And we'll set use our lasso tool for this one. Here. 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 I'm gonna send this to a soft brush here. And I'll see if that will see if something like this will cut up a rug here. Like I said, this is like really, really tricky to do. Yeah. Trying to like airbrush it a bit as well. Here. 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 And I don't know if this will work. I'm hoping this will work. I'm hoping this will work. I just want to check something real quick. Where is my there we go. Here. It's gonna be tricky. Like I said, this is definitely gonna be tricky. Let's do. Let me see how line art bolt works. Here. 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 Here, let's do a close one. Let me. Here. 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 Let's see. This is a little. This thing kind of have to try to factor in different aspects, such as like lighting and such like that. Here. Let's see. here. 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 Okay. Here, softening some of these edges here. Here. Let me do this real quick. Here. Here. Let's see. Here. 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 Okay, so we got that. Let's do. Like I said, I kind of taken my time with this. Here. Here. And let's see. Here. Here. So let's. Here. Here. Sorry about that. Okay. Here, so this is kind of like a base. Let's do a contact. And we won't do too much of a contact shading just because she's surrounded by the fire and everything. So let's do... This is tricky. This is sorry. I'm sorry. This is like something to figure out. 632. Okay. Okay, let's do this again. Okay, I think we got that. Here. 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 So this is... Here. Just like taking my time with this because kind of like so like not used to the shading here. 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 Still trying to figure. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out. Here. Okay. Okay, so we got that. Let's see. I didn't really think about it that way. We can do a backlight. Yeah, let's do a backlight first. Okay? You only got 2 minutes, so let's do a backlight first. All right. Now let's do. Okay. All right, 1 minute. Here. 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 Let's see. All right, and time's up. All right, let me get this. Let me get this side here. Okay. This is gonna be like, man, this is gonna be tricky. This is gonna be tricky. I'm not gonna lie. So let me just get this real last one here before we stop. Okay. Rising from the ashes on this one. I'm mixed. I am very mixed right now on this one. I am very, very mixed. I'm not gonna lie. I am very I'm very mixed on this one. Let me go to 25. Okay. Let's what do you guys think so far? And I see the Raiders came in on this one. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Raiders. Ronnie, Grumpy, Penny, Cutlass. Stunning guys here. It's a lot of fudge. Jay, good morning. What do you guys think of the shading so far? It's weird. I am very much at a mixed bag on this one. I am very mixed on this one. What do you guys think? It says this one gives off 80s Robotech vibes. Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay, so what we'll need to do next is I'm probably going to rework the backlight and then adjust the, and then do a little bit of the lighting and then do a Terminator. Yeah, do a little bit of lighting and then maybe a Terminator shading as well. So like I said, this is gonna be tricky. This will be tricky because I'm working with a different style. Oh. It's working with a different style, so this one's gonna be a little bit tricky though. So, okay. Let's I wonder that's a good, that's very interesting. Cutlass. I kind of want to, if you could elaborate a little bit on what kind of gives off the 80s Robotech vibes. I'm very interested in hearing you explain a little bit more of that, Cutlass, if you could. Is it the style itself, or is it like the color choices? I'd like to hear. I just want to know because this is really, really, really cool. But thank you though. Yeah, it's very interesting. What are you guys talking about, Hershey's? Oh, okay. Okay. Did I just see a Y hit Miku? No, that was Privity from Nikkei. Maybe a gold trimmer on the boob and window shoulder on the dress. Yeah, we're still on the skin, so yeah, that could be work. That could work. Robotech's my favorite anime ever on base. Biased. Okay, oh, well, that's good though. Yeah, so we got some work to do. We do have some work to do on this one, so we have a lot of work to do. See pinks for just for the backlight. Yeah, for some backlighting with some yellow, with some pinks. Yeah, I'm probably gonna line up some of these pinks for the backlight and such like that. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into it. What time is it? Because we are pressed on time. So, what I'm going to do next. So, what we're gonna do next is the Robotech drawings I've seen. Oh, okay. Okay. Not kind of my attempt. Not kind of my attempt, considering that. Well, I can see why, but like I said, this is the style I'm emulating. So this is Ya's work. So this is the style I'm trying to emulate, or it's kind of like the coloring style. Yeah, it is the style I'm trying to emulate. So it is. It's a new one for me because I'm trying something with this, but oh my god, that is gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous. So we got work to do though. We have a lot of work to do if you want to pull something like this off though. So let's get at it. God, I love the way he did those eyes. God, I love the way he did those eyes though. I'm gonna put some extra work into this. We need some extra work into this. Okay, so all right. Okay. Let's we got, like I said, we got a lot to do. We got a lot to pull off. We got some studying. We got some studying to do. Seriously. Okay. So you make it sound like we probably need another pass on like the shading and everything. Kind of add a bit more. Maybe spend a little more time in the shading. Spend a little more time in the skin tones before we move on to the hair. So I think I think I could do that. That's something I think that's a little more feasible because I could probably go back in and add some extra little details here and there. But what I want to do though, what I would like to do is I want to go into the Avowed situation, and we're going to listen to a video from Smash JT. If you guys are not subscribed to Smash JT, please do so. He is inching closer and closer and closer to 100,000 subscribers, which is truly incredible feat for him. So I'm gonna have this play in the background, and we're just gonna listen to it because I'm really interested about this whole. I'm really interested in this whole Avowed situation. So because everybody's been talking about it all day yesterday. So here we go. All right, let's go ahead, and I'm gonna put this up so you guys are gonna listen to it. And so credit goes to Smash GT. I'm not trying to pull an Asmongold or anything, but you know, Asmongold. But here we'll flip out on the stream here. By the way, guys, I've added some more stuff to the stellar photo category on the Discord. Check it out. I had some more photos. So some more stellar blade photography. Oh my god, Discord. Okay, so we're gonna watch this video from Smash JT, and then about this whole Avowed situation, because I'm hearing good things, but it is steeped in controversy right now. So it's very interesting to listen to. So I think it's gonna be very interesting to really listen to. So let's get right into it, okay? All right, and 3. All right, let me go ahead and set my clock again. We're gonna stop here. I'm gonna stop recording, and then let's record again. All right, in 3, 2, 1, now.
Where there's smoke, this is going to be one of those where there's smoke, there's fire situations. The other day, I made a video talking about how it was peculiar that Obsidian Entertainment was not allowing the early access players to show off the character creation screen. And when people started discovering that there were pronouns in there were some legitimate concerns. And then what came from that exposed the entire situation for what it is. Obsidian's latest game, Avowed, is going to be a complete travesty of a woke fest that gamers are going to reject vehemently, because this is a direction that the game industry should not be going. What's going on, guys?
Oh, so that's what's... Okay, so for context, Avowed, if you guys are familiar with Obsidian, that is the team behind the beloved, and arguably probably the best Fallout game, the best game in the Fallout history, Fallout New Vegas. Is New Vegas, and of course they did Outer Wilds. They spun off, did in their own studio, and did Outer Wilds as well. And then we have another title from, and this is their newest title, Avowed, which will be coming out pretty soon. This was showcased at the Xbox Game Showcase back in June. That was a lot of fun. We kind of watched the whole thing out there, and from the looks of things, it looks interesting and such like that. Definitely, probably not my cup of tea for a first person fantasy RPG and such like that, but it looks. I liked what I'm seeing. It's just not my cup of tea. But now, especially after the situation with Dragon Age, the Veilguard, we might have another Dragon Age situation on our hands, because the art team was running their mouth on Blue Sky, of all places, or just kind of showing the ass on Blue Sky, and it's antagonistic towards the showing more antagonism towards the gamers and such like that. But let's continue.
Welcome to another episode of Smash JT, and holy crap, the unhinged rant of Blue Sky messages from the art director of Obsidian's Avowed, Matt Hansen, are so completely unhinged that this takes Gamergate to a whole new level, where this person who works at this company for over 9 years is straight up telling you that this game is not made for gamers, and he does not want you buying the game. It's a very interesting strategy, and I don't really think it's going to work out for him. Hit that subscribe, give me a like, and check out SmashJT.com.
To be fair, and to be fair, it never really does work out whenever you tell people not to buy your product. It usually doesn't work out because they'll take that in unison and be like, yeah, okay, then we won't buy your product then. It never really works out. It never really works out the way they imagine it would be, but we'll see. We'll still see. I don't know. Well, this might break the mold, but
The full and exhaustive article going through many, but not all, because holy crap, this guy just keeps messaging on Blue Sky saying the most unhinged things you could think of against gamers who wanted to buy this game. But because their ideologies don't align with his, he doesn't give a crap about you. Xbox and Obsidian Entertainment's once highly anticipated first-person fantasy RPG, Avowed, now finds itself at the center of a very fast-growing controversy. Crazed art director Matt Hansen has been openly admitting to hating actual gamers. His messages on Blue Sky are a fascinating case study in what not to do when promoting a new game. Because holy crap, all this takes derangement to a whole new level. We've heard of TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. I haven't heard many people say EDS, Elon derangement syndrome, because I feel like there's a direct correlation between the two. And these hardcore lefties really hate Elon Musk to the point of saying they are putting things into the game just to piss him off, even though he speaks for a large amount of gamers that agree with him. In a recent post on Blue Sky, Hansen stated, "With all sincerity, there is no such thing as just a fan. Y'all are the whole reason for making this stuff. And it's why we do everything we can to make the game as inclusive as possible. Pissing off the chuds is just a side benefit." Well,
okay. I don't know if this is the same Obsidian that's going to brought that majesty of Fallout New Vegas. If it's the same team, or if it's a completely different studio, or something like that. But for a marquee studio like Obsidian, one of their art directors to say something like that and pissing off putting in elements that are designed to piss off the chuds or whatever you want to call it. By the way, I discovered last night watching Kyle stream that chuds is their new word. Chuds is their new favorite term now because because everybody remember everybody remember Jason Schreier's tweet from a couple weeks ago. Go woke, go bro, or up to the top of the charts. When regards to Dragon Age Veilguard, and then when somebody asked, he was like, "Are you really defending Dragon Age Veilguard?" He said, "I don't like this game, but I like seeing you chuds get dunked on." By the way, he deleted that tweet as well because it turns out that Dragon Age Veilguard wasn't doing too well. And also, when it comes to just this kind of this mindset of hating gamers, like we're seeing this. We've seen this before. We've seen this all the time before when it comes to somebody, developers or people saying that I hate gamers and such like that. And I'm like, okay, then why are you in the industry if you hate gamers then? Because what we're seeing, and I might be wrong, and I'm just saying this right now. I'm probably going to be wrong, but if you're this antagonistic towards your consumer base, your game's not going to be. I don't think your game's going to sell well. That's what I'm getting, and that's what I'm getting here. Like I said, I might be wrong, but I get the sense that the game's not going to sell well here. Let's Yeah, Chuds has been a for months. Yeah, Chuds has been a thing for months. Although I'm just hearing it. I'm hearing it more and more now with the just using that term all the time. That's what I'm hearing more and more is people using the term Chud. So let's continue.
That's not inclusive if you're trying to piss off a segment of the population, the chuds, as you push it, which are the people buying the game, the actual gamers, the people that care about the lore and the reality behind the scenes of what the games actually are, the people that are passionate about the gaming experience, the chuds. That's who you want to piss off? All right, good luck with that. If they just made a product gamers wanted, everyone would be happy. But no, they have to self-insert politics that clash with the overwhelming majority of gamers and have no place in the game world itself. Again, a fantasy RPG does not need woke politics and pronouns injected into it. When the game ultimately fails to meet any of the minimal
Okay, let me say my piece here. Because we've been talking about this on Makini Live, especially in the early episodes of Makini in the Morning. We brought this up a couple times. Here's my whole thing with the pronouns thing, and I think it's unnecessary. I think including pronouns is, I think putting all that time in coding to implement pronouns for characters, for NPCs and such like that, I think it's completely unnecessary, and it's something that gets skewed over. Of course, there were instances, however, when you get situations like what happened with Starfield last year, where it was more heavily implemented and it caused that epic rant, to which in the end, as of heels versus babyface, as was actually right. As was right. And yeah, I agree, Grumpy. It's just a waste of character resources. And always the outlier is that it's not a big deal. And my respect is, okay, so if it's not a big deal, why are you putting all this time? Why are you putting all this coding to implement it? What's the point? I just see it as completely and utterly useless. I see it completely and utterly pointless. And it's something that it can be skimmed over. And it really is depending on if that something is going to be much bothersome to you. If it's not, if you could just pass over and doesn't ruin your experience, it's whatever. I just see it as very unnecessary and very unneeded, honestly. And especially in regards to a game where it is about fantasy, or especially in regards to a game where it is focused on medieval fantasy, like what we saw with Dragon Age. Why would you need pronouns in a medieval, in a fantasy game? Why would you need to have modern sensibilities in a medieval fantasy game or something like that? That will always be my question. What is the point of putting this in a modern set? I don't understand. Why are you putting these modern day talking points and in topics such as pronouns in a medieval fantasy setting? What is legitimately the point? What's the point? What is I have not once heard a good reason to I will stand by this. Ever since this whole thing started, I have not heard a single good argument to why pronouns need to be implemented, especially in fantasy, especially in pure works of fiction. I haven't heard a single good one. I haven't heard a single good justification. That's just me.
Expectations, they're going to act surprised here. Are they really this stupid, though? It's going to make you wonder. Why are we doing this? I understand. The parent company of Obsidian Entertainment is Microsoft, and Microsoft is known for pushing the whole DEI nonsense and everything. I get all that. But at the end of the day, don't you think you'd want to create a product that gamers want to play instead of injecting ideologies? Is it really this hard? By labeling traditional gamers as chuds and then openly celebrating their frustration as a side benefit, Hansen is revealing his deep-seated contempt for, ironically, the very community that has supported Obsidian in its projects over the years. His current attitude not only alienates longtime fans of Obsidian, but now it also signals an extremely troubling shift in the studio's priorities towards promoting diverse rhetoric over actually fostering a welcoming gaming experience. Almost like they contradict.
Let me bring this up. Let me bring this up here because Smash makes a good point. When it comes to just like this rhetoric, this mindset of how much you hate gamers, just this hating gamers mindset, your customer base and such like that. I honestly do think that does lead to your game not being sold well. That does lead to going after your audience. Going after your audience is just not it does not lead to good sales. It does not lead to, because you're still making a product. You're still trying to trying to cap for this new audience and such like that. It's just this rhetoric. It's just this absolute rhetoric that I think is disturbing. You hate gamers that much, like you're in the industry, and yet, you're making a game for your audience. Like, who are you trying to sell this to? The modern audience? Like I don't understand. But then again, considering Obsidian's pedigree, I'm probably going to be wrong to wrong with it. The game probably will sell well. It's just this mindset is an instant turnoff with me, because these are people because you're trying to sell your product to. You see what I'm saying? These are people you're trying to sell your product to. That's just not a good mindset to have. And it's a troubling mentality to have.
The very thing they say they stand for, because it flies in the face of their ideology, and they can't see the forest for the trees because they're so caught up in what it has to be. And if it doesn't fit their narrative, then you're the enemy. Ironically, this entire controversy began back when Elon Musk reacted to the news that Avowed was going to feature pronouns. And I mentioned this in a previous video when Elon retweeted Grums on Twitter, and doing that sent the story into orbit. Elon called the inclusion of pronouns utterly unacceptable in a fantasy RPG on X. And
I want to bring up one thing, because this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. I want you guys to listen to me on this. Elon is now that you have the Orange Man back in office next year and such like that. Now that we have a new term, and because Elon put so much of his support for him, what you're going to see next year is Elon is going to have a lot of influence in the games industry moving forward. He is going to have a lot of influence, because every time he makes a tweet regarding like DEI or so, it causes a huge discussion. It causes a huge stuff. That shows how much power and influence he's going to have in the industry moving forward. The richest man in the world is going to have that kind of influence now. Remember the whole DEI kills art, and that caused a huge storm on Twitter, to the point where the developers of Assassin's Creed Shadows, they had a mental breakdown basically about it. That's what's going to happen. The more Elon brings up, more he weighs in on this stuff, the more it's going to get huge amounts of traction. And people are going to react positively or negatively. And a lot of it is going to be negatively. You're going to see how we're going to watch how they react to whenever Elon says street, but it shows how much power and influence he's going to have in the industry moving forward. Mark my words. Watch when he tweets about something, when he retweets something from like maybe from Grumps or something like that. You're going to see that happen. You're going to see meltdowns more and more from people in the games industry. And it just shows how much power he has. Mark my words. Let's continue.
In response, Hansen took the blue sky to celebrate Musk's criticism, saying, sickos.jpg, I wanted to badly make him mad with my game, and I can't believe it actually happened.
Case in point. Case in point.
Just wait until you see the default, you sad little bleep. What are we doing here? Are we making a game to make it as fun as possible and take you away in this fantasy RPG? Or are we making it to piss off Elon Musk because you don't like him?
He is living rent-free. He is going to be living rent-free in their heads. And I am not a fan of Elon. I am not a fan of Elon. I will admit to that. I personally am not a fan, but he is living rent-free in these developers' heads. Just watch next year. Just watch how many people are going to melt down whenever he makes a tweet about video games or like about DEI or such like that. Watch how many people melt down. How many big people melt down too. Just watch. He is living rent-free in their heads.
I'm so confused by the direction of this. I can't even make sense of it. But Hansen continues, it's honestly deeply surreal to have the world's richest, bleepiest boy whine about something I'm making. I am quite frankly giddy. I cannot think of a single person in the world I would rather irritate. Think about this guy that wakes up every morning trying to make somebody angry with what he's making instead of making something special that people want to embrace. What a back-ass way of living life. Anyway, Avowed comes out February 18th next year. Give it a whirl.
And I agree with you, Smash. That is not a way to live. That's not a way I want to live. That's not a way people want to live. To wake up every day just for your sole purpose is just to piss off Elon or piss off, piss off Elon or piss off Orange Man Trump supporters or something like that. That's not the way to live, man. And it's so apparent why, and it's so much more apparent to why when Elon not only just the result of Elon buying out Twitter in 2022 and the result of their candidate not winning the election, that so many people flopped over to Blue Sky, which is already, Blue Sky is already in some trouble. Blue Sky is already in hot water with the European government, if I'm correct. And there's been some stories about Blue Sky and such like that. It's basically Blue Sky is basically Twitter 2017. It's basically 2017 Twitter. Back when Jack Dorsey ruled the roost and such like. Back when Jack Dorsey was still in control. It's the same thing, man. This is the same thing. It's actually it's my Rorschach test. I know, right? No, but like seriously, like you can see why that. Like I said, even in Blue Sky, they're having even on Blue Sky. There's like a lot of trouble going on there too. Like, for real.
If you ain't afeard of the woke my mind virus. And then followed it up saying, this MFR said woke my mind virus, SMH. Almost like trying to poke fun at himself for messing up what he was trying to say. And I'm almost like reading this like, are you wasted? Like, what is this like a... You had too much to drink or you're on drugs or something and doing this unhinged rant right now? Because it doesn't make any sense and it makes you look like a complete a-hole. But no, when you start diving deeper into the lore of Matt Hansen, the art director for Avowed, you see it runs quite deep. He had comments politically talking about how when Ohio's legislation banned transgender individuals from using bathrooms that don't align with their biological sex, he wrote, Ohio, hey, Ohio, get bleeped. And he also shared a meme that says, repost this if trans people are welcome and safe with you. And of course, having your own opinion is always going to be there and it's always welcome. But there's a time and a place for it. But the interesting thing that always falls back on these kind of situations is the patterns. And you start to recognize the patterns in behavior of what these people do and how it translates directly to creating a very woke game experience and how they want to try to indoctrinate you into their world. And if you are not accepting of it, they will lash out at you, attacking you, making you feel like you are the enemy instead of just embracing a great game experience. I gotta be honest with you guys, it's really hard not to recognize the pattern here. Hanson's comments combined with the inclusion of pronouns and his wide open disdain for critics like Elon Musk shows us specifically just how Avowed is going hard with heavily leaning into political messaging.
And I know we're about to, because I know we need to wrap it up at this point, but honestly, from what I've been seeing this entire year, and this might be a tall order for me to do, but I'm thinking about doing a end of the year like Makini Live or Makini in the Morning, where we go over all of the biggest controversies in the gaming industry this year, because there was so much of it. It might be a tall order to go through like all the different tweets and stuff like that, but there was so much going on this year that like every week was something new, you know? But the point I'm saying here is that this is blatant pattern recognition at this point. Sean has seen, Sean knows. Sean, Clarence, Cutlass, the guys who've been keeping up on like Twitter and such like that, you guys know what's been going on this year. And you guys know that this is, at this point, it is pattern recognition. It is absolute pattern recognition. And we're going to see more of it next year. Guarantee you. I'm doing some silver. Okay, so I'll see what I can do. I'll try to. Like I said, it's a tall order for me to pull off, but I would like to kind of look back at this year because this year is insane. But this is pattern recognition at this point. All this behavior and such like that, it's like it clearly is a pattern, and you can't deny it as much, and you really can't like deny it, you know. All right, let's continue this video, and then we're going to wrap it up.
In a fantasy RPG, like, yes, I understand you can try to look past the pronouns, which I already said in my previous video. I can't even do that much because it always is an indicator for exactly what the game's going to turn into, and I don't want to support that kind of stuff, and it sucks to say that. It genuinely does, because I wanted to play Avowed. I really did, but I couldn't when I saw that. And now I see what this guy's going off this unhinged rant on Blue Sky, and I'm like, holy crap. This speaks volumes for not just what Hanson is saying, but the entire team at Obsidian Entertainment. If you look at the picture of them, they are the same thing. They all are the same every time. Someone's going to talk about the elephant in the room instead of just pretending these are all individuals. They aren't. There is no diversity of thought here. There's just diversity of looks.
That's the key takeaway. What Smash just said is the key takeaway for this entire year. That is the key takeaway. There is no diversity of thought. When you look at this industry, when you look at everything that's been going on this year, there is no you never get the sense that there's some diversity of differing opinions and such like that. Because it feels like we're back in 2017 all over again. Why do you think that people are hitching their support towards a developer like Thomas Mahler, who is speaking out about this now? To more games like the developers of at Saber Interactive, who do 40K Space Marine 2, going commenting on Asmongold's stream and being open about it. We're going to see a lot of that next year, I guarantee you, we're going to see a lot more game developers speaking out next year. Because I think at this point, diversity of thought or just even having a difference of opinion has been so frowned upon this year because it's all leaning to political leanings to one side of the aisle or side with the gamers and stuff like that. Like we're gonna see more of developers speaking out. I think we are. I think we're going to see more developers speaking out. We're seeing that developers, industry insiders, they do watch videos like Smash JT. They do watch, they do watch videos like Smash, like Hypnotic or like Kyle or like a lot of the big names like Vera Dark and such like that. We're gonna see more of that next year. We're gonna see more of that. They are been watching the whole time, and I guarantee you that they do agree with them. But like always, because of the position they're in, they can't speak out about it because it's going to affect their jobs, because it's going to put their livelihood at risk. I guarantee you we're probably going to have more Thomas Maulers next year. People are just going to say, you know what, screw this. I'm going to say, screw this. You know, you hit the nail on the head. I'm going to be open. I don't care about my job. This needs to be said. This needs to be brought up. And I think that just that disconnection, just that disdain, it's not just a disconnection, but just that disdain that developers and publishers have towards the customers is such a red flag to me. I think that's something that needs to be spoken out more on, in my humble opinion. Because you can't go on with this, because you're seeing that time and time again, whenever you see a game that is, aligned with certain ideologies, or games that's like, I wouldn't say aligned ideologies, but aligned with focus groups, or done by focus groups, or have consultancy firms like, Sweet Baby Inc. and such like that, or just have a general disdain towards customers, towards critics and such like that, towards actual consumers and fans. We've seen it time and time again that it doesn't bode well in the long run. It doesn't emit to sales. You can't turn your customers away like this. Think about the old Jordan quote: Republicans buy sneakers too. That's where I take a stand, is that this disdain towards customers is always something that is worth speaking out about, because that is a problem. That is pattern recognition. And it's becoming so more and more blatant over time as well. So, let's continue.
And that same diversity always falls in line with the same characteristics of each person. Colored hair, weird haircut, nose rings, odd way of dressing themselves. And I get it, you want to be counterculture and all that, great. But at the end of the day, you all do the same thing.
You want to be you're desperate to be counterculture. You're so desperate to be against the man, to be against counterculture, yet you're all doing the same thing. Yet you're all in the industry, you all are doing the same thing. Is that really counterculture? Is going against your customers really counterculture when everyone is doing it? I'm just seeing a lot of wannabe rebels. People pretending that they're rebels, pretending that they're underdogs, when in reality, they're for the machine and not against the machine. And we've seen that time and time again. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. And this has been, and clearly this has all been an issue of politics as well. You're not rebels. You're not rebelling against the man. You're not outlaws. You're not rolling against the machine. You guys are the machine. You're pretending that you aren't, but in reality, you are. Let's continue.
Think the same way. You do not want to think outside of the realm that you're trapped in. And that's the problem with all of this.
So there's a big component of that. There's also mechanical components to it as well. We want to, if we have combatants, illustrate for the player, like, that guy's in heavy armor. We know they're going to be harder to hit. They've got a big purple sash. We know they're associated with Edier, that sort of thing. So we're trying to leverage the visuals to not only make the world feel a lot more robust and believable, but also give critical gameplay information to players.
Avowed is dead on arrival for exactly these reasons. For many gamers out there, it's an example of yet another gaming studio prioritizing ideology over creativity. Again, you got to ask the question, when are they going to learn? But then again, we already know the answer. They won't. They're driven by their own ideologies. And it's really unfortunate that it's all coming to a head like it is right now. And something I might have to talk on in a future video is how Obsidian Entertainment, specifically running the Avowed the Game account on Twitter, is going on a mass blocking spree against gamers just trying to communicate with them, saying they don't like the pronouns in the game, requesting that they remove the pronouns, hoping that the game is not a woke fest. And all these people are being blocked right now. It's not really a great marketing strategy to block out the very customers that were going to be paying you the money in the first place to play the game. Don't do this kind of stuff, because not only are you going to lose the money from those people.
That's the sign of a death sentence right there. I'm going to be wrong. I am likely going to be wrong in this case. But if you're community managers, and we've seen a lot of ish going on with community managers this year, if your social media accounts are going on blocking sprees against customers who have legitimate concerns. Let's be honest here. Legitimate concerns. What you're supposed to do is to ease those concerns. To say, you don't have to reply to all of them, but just ease those concerns and probably say, listen, just, you're here to promote your game and say, listen, we're just going to give us a chance. Give us a chance. It may not be as quote unquote woke as you think. It may not have all these pronouns and such. We didn't want to show off this specific footage because for reasons this or the third. Just give it a chance. Just take a look at it and let yourself decide. You don't just go on blocking sprees against people who have legitimate concerns about this. That's not how to market. That's not how to market your game. That's not how to promote your game. And going on stuff like this is a sign of a potential death sentence for your game. This is not the way to do it, Obsidian. This is simply not the way to do it.
But then YouTubers are going to talk about it. More people are going to find out about it and say, wanted to buy this
By
game.
the way,
games out there that don't.
And by the way, what we're going to see next year, and I'm going to quote you on this, and I want you guys, and I have said a lot of things on today's show, and I want you guys to quote me on this. Next year, what we're going to see next year is the developers, the publishers, they are going to go even harder on the content creators speaking out about this. The people who are looking this up and finding out what's going on behind the scenes, I guarantee you, they will place targets on people like Smash, people like Kyle, people like Hypnotic, people like 8-Bit Eric, people like all of these people. Just like what you're seeing with journalists, like journalists like our former Kotaku senior editor and failed sex worker. Just like that. You're going to see that happen. If not, you're going to see more of that happen. Because you don't think that, you know, the developers, people are speaking out, are not tuning in to videos made about them? You don't think? You don't think that they're going to target content creators speaking out about this? To people like Asmon, not people just like Grums on Twitter, but Asmongold as well. You don't think that the developers themselves, the publishers themselves, are going to target content creators like Smash, like Asmongold, like the people who are speaking out about this, like Vera Dark? They're going to direct their attention against the fans, and they're going to go against them now. So we're going to see that happen. I guarantee you. I guarantee you.
Don't do this stuff that I'd rather support. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. If you guys want more information, check out smashjt.com for the full article. If you guys appreciate what I'm doing, hit that join button. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, you stay smashing.
Reminder to Black artists out there who are looking for portfolio reviews or job advice, my DMs are open and you will always have my priority. We got too many crusty white dudes in this field. Please let me help you replace me one day. I want to go back to living in the woods. Then go do it.
Excuse me, is that what you actually said? What?
Reminder to Black artists out there who are looking for portfolio reviews or job advice, my DMs are open and you will always have my priority. We got too many crusty white dudes in this field. Please let me help you replace me one day. I want to go back to living in the woods.
This is the same person. The same person who's speaking out, who's making those statements. The same art director for Avowed. The same person. This is the same person Asmongold is quoting. Yes.
Out there who are looking for.
Well, if you guys appreciate what I'm doing, hit that join button. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, you stay smashing.
Reminder to Black artists out there who are looking for portfolio reviews or job advice, my DMs are open and you will always have my priority. We got too many crusty white dudes in this field. Please let me help you replace me one day. I want to go back to living in the woods.
So you want Black artists, Black creators to replace crusty white dudes to look for you for advice? You actually said that. You actually said that.
You just want to say, fuck you. Oh, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
You know what, Sonny? You're right. You're right. Matt, if you're watching,
Okuyasu, I heard it as clear as day. This sick fuck said the N-word. I just remembered I have a meeting at 8:30. Racist!
I would never ask advice from you if your sole purpose is to replace crusty white dudes replace all the crusty white dudes in the game industry just so you can get back and live in the forest. Why don't you do it now, Matt? The freak, man. What the heck?
Then go do it. Yeah, go do it. That sounds great. I feel like that'd be better for everybody. Yes. Go do it. He's right. No, he's not being racist. See, the thing is that here's the truth. People like this like to have opinions like this because they don't have any accountability.
No. Absolutely not. Yes, people like Matt have no accountability whatsoever. Like, zero accountability whatsoever. Like, no. Like, just no. I'm out. Anyway, I gotta get ready for work. So I will see you all tomorrow. We're gonna do a Thanksgiving Day special on Makini or Makini in the morning. I need to. Maybe once they can get their stuff sorted out, maybe, Sean, maybe, but you know, yeah, no, yeah. It's just the soft bigotry of negative expectations right there. That is the bigotry of negative expectations. Wow. Yeah. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye, y'all.
In the Morning is filmed for a live studio. Oh, what am I saying? Let me say that again. Makini in the Morning is filmed before a live studio audience at Makini Studios in Arcadia Village's South Tower, right here in Pacific City. Want to be a part of the next Makini in the Morning Night Show audience? Huh? All you have to do is visit youtube.com/Makini90 or call 765-9077 toll free. Makini in the Morning is produced by Silver Productions with Makini Charles Productions in association with Channel 90 Television and is distributed by CSF Nation Domestic Television Distribution.